Hey y'all, I am here in my oldest son Blake's kitchen. Their kitchen, I'm cooking meatloaf tonight. And y'all, the reason why I do these videos a lot, can you imagine if you could watch your grandmother making a meal and you could get in the kitchen? I would almost just give anything I can think of to have her set up and me get to cook along with her, you know, and she's passed away years ago, but boy, that would be so precious to me. So I hope maybe this is my son's favorite meal, meatloaf, and it's a different kind of twist what I do. I make a gravy that goes on it, on your mashed potatoes. But anyway, I would just love that, and so I hope one of my grandchildren or maybe even my son, hey, how did Mama make that? Wouldn't it be wonderful to watch them make that? I wish we could all have that. And we don't, but maybe at least I'm going to have that for my kids and grandkids. But anyway, y'all, we're going to get up here to the stove real quick, and I'm going to show y'all real fast how we do this meatloaf. First thing first, we are chopping an onion. Y'all hear that hammering? Pay no attention. Blake's working on the house. He found a water leak. Y'all know if it's not one thing, it's 10 others, right? Yes, exactly. So, anyway, I'm going to help out with a comforting supper tonight. Yes, I am. So, we're going to chop this onion, and I'm going to saute that to go in our meatloaf. All right, I'm going to put just a little bit of olive oil, and we will get this onion in there. I love this little thing. It is from Pampered Chef. I'll put the link to it if y'all want one, and this knife is very sharp. I love it. And this is, I love this pre-minced garlic. It is my newfound friend. Yes, it is. Wish it was around when my boys were little. Just a couple of teaspoons, and that was one onion. Okay, y'all, I've got about 6 to 7 pounds of ground beef, but you can do just a 2 to 3 or 4 pounder. Okay, I'm cooking for a big family gathering, and so since I have so much, I'm going to put about a half teaspoon, maybe 1.5 teaspoons of salt, about a half teaspoon for each one of my poundages of meat, my packages I opened. This is our farm fresh beef. Yes, it is. This is just some fresh ground pepper, and I put lots and lots into that. We're going to put these onions and garlic that I sauteed in that olive oil. That already smells good. You just get that going on your stove, and it smells like you've been in the kitchen for hours, doesn't it? It's a good thing. Also, even though I'm doing cooked garlic and onion, I also like to add some garlic powder. It's 2 different flavors, y'all know what I mean, and some onion powder. And I just picked this up at the store and forgot to open it before I got on here with y'all, so y'all please forgive me, and I'm hurrying away. And so we're going to add some onion powder. It's like they both complement one another, the fresh cooked and then the powdered. I love to put parsley, dried parsley. It's a good time for you to get something good for your family in there, and you can even hide it, correct? Yes. And I love Italian breadcrumbs. They have oregano and garlic and onion and parsley as well. And y'all see I do not measure, I just pour. Yes, I do. Now, we need something to bind all this together, so I've got 4 farm fresh eggs. Yes, I do. And I also like to moisturize it a little with some olive oil. You can put a little milk if you didn't have olive oil, okay? And now, y'all, your best God-given tools, best thing is just to get in here after you put everything you want to. I didn't have a container big enough to mix this in here, so I literally just put it into my roaster. I covered it in oil first so it wouldn't stick. Be sticky, easy cleanup, right? Yes, I was telling y'all I would just give anything if I could turn on YouTube or Facebook or anything and just a video and watch my grandmothers making certain things I loved. I would get everything and I'd get in the kitchen. I'd just be in heaven. Yes, I would. Maybe one day. But I'm hoping to do that for my kids and grandkids, and they can say, well, let me get in there and make. They can get all the stuff and look at the list, and they can get in here and start it going and make it right along with me, right? Yes. And I love that idea. Okay, y'all, I am just mixing away. I want to make sure to get everything distributed well. It smells good already. I'm standing over it here. Okay, now I'm going to take half here, and I'm going to place it back on that cutting board. Will be really easy. That thing's so easy to clean up. Like I said, I'll put my Pampered Chef link so y'all can order you. It comes in a set of 3, and they have information on them. Each one of them is different. I'll have to do a little video on them if y'all want me to. Y'all let me know if you want me to. Okay, y'all see I'm starting to shape this. The reason why I put half of it out is I stuffed mine, okay? Yes, I do, with this cheese. Y'all know that cheese we grew up on. It was fabulous, right? Yes, it melts really well. You could get all fancy, but I made this back. I used to have to make it with deer meat, is all we had, venison. And my boys were little. We didn't have much money. So if I had to pay what I paid for Velveeta these days, we wouldn't have had a cheese stuffed meatloaf either. Just to be totally honest about it. Trying to make sure nobody gets chinched on the cheese in the middle, but you don't have to stuff it at all. You sure do not. Okay, now I'm kind of shaping this top here and get it on there. I'm going to get it into an oven for 350 degrees, and I'm going to cover it. But first I've got to make sure that I seal those edges. Y'all, I made this when my grandbabies were little. I would make it in the shape of a monster's foot for Halloween and tell them that Papa killed a monster. Bryson, do you remember that, baby?
Yes, ma'am.
And it's the same exact recipe. Later, we're going to make this gravy out of canned soups, and that was something I did before my boys were even born. I came up with that because I just wanted a gravy to go on the cream potatoes. All right, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm covering it, and I'm going to slide it in the oven. Not like that, not. Okay, y'all, I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to slide it in the oven, and it's going to be on 350 degrees Fahrenheit, anywhere from an hour to an hour and a half. Gives me time to make cream potatoes and get cleaned up, and one of my grandsons, Bryson, wants to go to his friend's house, so I'm going to run him there, and I'll see y'all back in the kitchen, and we'll check on that meatloaf. Y'all, I normally put a couple of dashes of some Worcestershire sauce, and I forgot. It was going to be good anyway. Y'all know better than that, right? I can't leave well enough alone, so I'm going to pull this out and just going to put some dashes on top. Why not? I know. It'll still be some flavoring, right? I think so, too. There we go. Fixed. That's what home cooking is all about, is fixing, isn't it? All right, y'all, this has been baking for an hour and a half. Y'all see this one's huge. Some of the cheese sometimes bakes out a little bit, and it's fine. It just ends up in your gravy. So this is going to be our gravy. We've got a can of cream of chicken. And I usually mix this in a big bowl and then put it in here, but guess what? I don't have a big bowl over here at my son's house. No, I don't. Him and his family don't have this big bowl, and I forgot to bring one, so we're just gonna mix it in here. I've got a huge can of cream of mushroom. I know that cream of chicken sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, it's good. I made this recipe up when I was first married years ago. 1,000,000 years ago, and I just wanted a gravy to go on creamed or mashed potatoes. And I don't know what in the world. My brain was younger, and I guess I thought a little more. And then I have a can of tomato soup. That's going in here as well. This kind of is like the ketchup, right? On top of a meatloaf. Exactly. Y'all are thinking, what is that going to do? But I'm telling y'all, it makes the most creamy, wonderful gravy. I'm telling you, it does. And now I have 1 can of beef broth, and it's a smaller. These were those double family size cans, okay? And y'all know I'll put that recipe in the first comments on Facebook and under the title, and then YouTube will be in the description box, and I'll pin it in the first comments to the top so y'all can get the recipe. Now I've turned my oven up to 360 because I want it to really get this gravy boiling. It comes together in the most beautiful gravy. You just wouldn't believe. I'm just going to stir it a little bit. Like I say, if I had a big bowl, I'd whisk it all together, but I didn't. So we're just doing this, and it's going to be just fine. Okay, y'all, I have turned my oven up to 375 degrees now, Fahrenheit, because I really want it to get this gravy boiling. And I'm leaving the lid off this time, and I'm going to let it bake, and I'll show you what that gravy looks like when it comes back out. In the meantime, I'm going to get some creamed potatoes going. And here's what it looks like when it comes out of the oven after it's been baking for a while. Y'all see what a beautiful gravy it makes? It has the best flavor. Just the best. Y'all see my potatoes going for creamed potatoes.